Greetings, and welcome back to the MCOC Encyclopedia. Today, we'll be taking a look at 7-star Rank 2 Storm, and why I think she is one of the best 7-star pulls out there. Her damage and damage over time are just off the charts insane. So let's have a closer look. Let's start out where all showcases start out, with Realm of Legends, Winter Soldier, and we'll take Captain Marvel movie as well, so we have no class advantage. This is just 7-star Rank 2 Storm. We are running the recoil masteries, but no boosts and no synergies. The team is just her. Storm is a relatively simple champion to play. Crit the opponent to build your prowess. You can also gain them every time they shrug, or when they bleed you, or when they shock you. But in this fight it'll pretty much just be from critting, and then you can use your heavy attack to pause them. Throw specials, big damage, win the game. But how big is that damage? The reach on her heavy isn't the best, but those are some really potent prowess, because that was 20... so that was well over 200,000 damage. Right off the first special 2. Didn't do anything special, we just built a special 2 and threw it. And we did over 200,000 damage. There are really not very many champions that are this easy to play. Nice 270k crit there. And just get that level of damage output. 35 hits for 550,000 health. That's some serious damage output. Again, we are running the recalls, but no boosts in this video at all. Imagine this with another 50% damage on the top, and we're running power back boosts. Remember that there's a stun on the special 2, you can go power back boost, special 2, special 2, special 2, and you just end the fight pretty much instantly. What makes Storm really powerful, the same with Professor X, is that she doesn't consume her prowess after the special. The damage just keeps going up and up and up. Here we've got 12 prowess, and we'll be going for the special 2 in just a moment. There we go, parry, so we've got 12, 13, 16 prowess. There was 123k crit in the middle, I think. I've just about missed it. Nice lag spike, that was me, not you. We're up to 20 prowess now, and we're just building back to the special 2. Oh no, special 1, there we go. No crits on the special 1, and it was still 80k. And that shock ticking afterwards is really not bad at all. 2k per tick on the shock, really not too bad. Now you might just say, okay, that's Realm of Legends, that's pretty easy, no nodes, doesn't matter. Here we are in 8.1.6, we're taking the Punisher path. This is a path that does amplify mutants, admittedly, but she really pushes into that role. As you push into Act 8, you will see that each path, if you take the right champion in, will make those champions better. So, this is a mutant path. Dash back to get bleeds on yourself, but you take less damage from those bleeds. If you can remove the bleeds, then you gain additional prowess. But Storm gains additional prowess when she's inflicted with a bleed, so we're up to 32 prowess, and that was a 304k crit. But to be honest, I think it would have been more, because Punisher's capped our damage with his indestructible. We're just waiting that out, and there's Striker Storm to finish it off. We will take the next fight as well, because, he capped the damage, so I want to see what it should properly be. The third hit of her special 2 does hit by far the hardest, so that is the one we're looking for the crit on. Again, in these fights, we're not doing anything special. We hit the opponent, throw a couple of heavy attacks, and throw our special 2. There is no crazy rotation, there is no niche scenario. This is just Storm doing Storm things. There is no backup team, there is no node requirement. She just slaps really hard. Building up some extra bleeds there for extra prowess, we're up to 23. Pause them, so we've now got 24, 28, 30. This is Storm in a rather overdriven situation, but she's great for it. That was a 350k crit on the second hit. The last hit probably would have been about 500,000, so that would have been a 1 million special 2. 1 million damage on a special 2 without doing anything special. Now we're in 8.3.2, the Superior Iron Man path, so we have to knock them down with a special to steal a relic, and we are going to take a fair amount of damage in this fight because I don't understand what's going on with the Wakandan Claws weapon. Don't care. I'm just going to knock him down with my special 1, knock him down with my special 2, and hope that that's enough damage to finish him off. This is the same path we took Apocalypse on in the Apocalypse video, so some of you might recognise it. There's the passive bleed, and if we'd made Storm a horsewoman of Apocalypse, then she would have actually taken no damage from that passive bleed. Always helpful. So, we knocked him down with our special 1, we're just building to our special 2, and again, we've done nothing special. There's no, no dexing or crazy rotations, that was just special 1, special 2, and here comes the special 2. 60k, 557k on the second hit. Absurd. Now we're into 8.3.3, and this is about as late as content can get. Storm is an old champion, but that doesn't mean she can't really hold up to modern standards. And again, no synergies. This is just Storm doing Storm things. Here we've got Kingpin. Do you remember when I said Storm gains extra prowess when opponents shrug off buffs or debuffs? Well, this goes even more crazy in this fight, and Storm has another amazing ability. If skilled champions purify her stun debuffs, she instantly slaps them with a stun passive instead, so none of your pesky shruggers can get around that. The unstoppable timer, which has just disappeared, that's there from the node, but the unstoppable that he would get, it's back now, is made shorter for every prowess I have. Well, I've got 18 of them, so that's the end of that. The only thing I would like about Storm is a little more range on that heavy, but yeah, beggars can't be choosers. There you go, that unstoppable disappears almost instantly. The passive stun is back, 20 prowess, a 620k crit on that last hit. Absolutely insane. So, now we've jumped into the Abyss of Legends. This is Abyss of Legends Omega Red, and I have made her horsewoman for this fight. Because all of the damage you have just seen is not where Storm's big damage comes from. I'm going to say that again. The 1 million special 2s you have seen is not where Storm's major damage comes from. Now, I'm not going to make you watch this whole fight, I'll jump forward a bit. But essentially, those shocks from her special 1, well, when you make her a horsewoman, and you use a heavy attack, you can refresh them. And add more. Now, this was the first fight I did with Storm. You can see she's unawakened in this clip, and for everything else, she's been awakened. But it only really affects her shock damage, and it gives her an extra prowess here and there, so it's not hugely important. But we can see we've got just a few shocks on, we're up to 7. And Omega Red is ticking for 3,000 damage per tick. Now that's not bad, 4,000 damage, but this is just one special 1 and heavy spam. I did let the shocks fall off to begin with because I'm bad, but as I said, I'm not going to make you watch this whole fight, so let's jump ahead a bit. So, here I got slapped by a special 2, it's not great. But you can see 11,000 damage per tick is not bad at all. But watch this. I have now awakened my Storm, and this is Abyss of Legends Quake. If that little green timer under her bar gets to 100, I instantly die, but that's the only special thing going on here. This is 5.8 million health. 5.8 million. That is a lot of health. Let's see what OG Storm can do. We've now, as I said, awakened her, and she is max sig, admittedly, which is not particularly likely, but even at sort of low sig, this still helps quite a bit. You can see after one special 1 and 2 heavy attacks, we're already doing nearly 20,000 damage per second. And we've crossed that now. The shocks admittedly only last 9 seconds. They're a little bit stressful to keep going. But that's really not too bad. 9 seconds is easily enough time to get another heavy attack. We're up to 12 shocks. Actually, let's drop the heavy. 14 shocks, 16,000 damage per tick, 30,000 damage per second, nearly 200,000 damage per minute. And this is just where we're getting started. We're currently up to 40 hits, and I can tell you that we are more than halfway through this fight. This fight, when I actually recorded it, left me speechless. I genuinely wasn't quite sure what to say when I commented it, and was tempted just to upload it by itself. So with 22 shocks, we're up to 25,000 damage per tick. We're up to over 50,000 damage per second. You could clear out every Realm of Legends boss individually in about 10 seconds. This is just insanity damage over time. We're up to we're up to 54 hits, 30,000 damage per tick, 60,000 damage per second. And I get hit that because I'm bad. But Quake is now down to half health. We just about rescued the shocks. We're up to 65,000 damage per second. And it's just going to go up and up and up. I believe her shocks are capped out at 99, but I'm not sure there is anything in the game that can survive a 99 stack of shocks from Storm. I ran some of the numbers afterwards, and at 99 shocks, they would be ticking for 115,000 damage. So that's 220,000 damage per second, or nearly over 14 million damage, or nearly 14 million damage per minute. We're only up to 40 shocks, and we're doing nearly 100,000 damage per second, and that's it. the fight over. That was nearly 6 million health in less than 2.5 minutes. 75 hits for nearly 6 million health. We were doing over 40,000 damage every single second in that fight, and it would have just got higher and higher and higher. If Storm had some sort of utterly broken synergy that just let her start with 99 shocks, they would deal nearly 2.1 million damage just in the 9 seconds that they're there for. Even if she couldn't refresh them, that's enough to take out every single small labyrinth boss in 9 seconds. And with one heavy attack, if you were allowed to refresh them, it would take out every single boss in the Labyrinth of Legends. So, there you have it. 7-star rank 2 OG Storm being an absolute titan of a champion and holding up very, very well. Next week, we'll be back to 7.1.3 and we'll keep going with the Act 7 run through. I do also have a Discord server, a great place to get specific advice, make suggestions for future videos like this one, and while I'm awake, I do my best to be there as much as possible. If you have any questions, please do leave them down below, and please do all the YouTube stuff. Thank you, and I will see you next time.